Every journey has its end, and every journey has stopped somewhere. With that phrase, I bid a very good afternoon to everyone present online this afternoon. Welcome to the closing ceremony of ISALM organized by Institute Aminuddin Baki, Ministry of Education, Malaysia. To begin with, we would like to present our national anthem, Negaraku. Once again, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Bridget Lim Suk Han, your MC for this afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you, and I would like to take this opportunity to convey our gratitude to all of you for joining us today. I would also like to thank you for participating and supporting ISALM for the last 2 days. Before we proceed further this afternoon, so as to pray for the blessings for the closing ceremony, let us invite Al-Fadil Ustaz Zaharin bin Taha to lead the dua.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzu billahi minasy syaithanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. يا الله يا مالك يا قدوس. O Allah, we raise our hands to ask for your blessings. Grant us perfect faith, beneficial knowledge, halal sustenance, pious colleagues, happy families, a blessed age, a mustajab prayers, fulfilled wishes, continuous health, safety and well-being in this world and the hereafter. Ya Allah, Ya Kareem, make this second international conference on educational leadership and management as a wasila towards our process of gaining useful knowledge and joining our Silaturahim. O Allah, strengthen our resolve and commitment together to devote efforts and energy to our religion, races and countries. Perfect our devotional service as an exemplary and respected worship. Strengthen the love among us. Shed the light of guidance for us to continue to carry out our responsibilities fairly for the welfare of the community, country and ummah. Ya Allah, Ya Shakur, we ask you to unite and strengthen our hearts. Shower our hearts with the light of piety. Make us under the protection of your guidance. We ask for lasting well-being and happiness as our supply in this world and the hereafter. Ya Allah, Ya Rashid, nurture the noble qualities in our souls by always feeling satisfied with the favors and blessings that have been bestowed upon us. Be kind to our hearts, show us the right path, avoid ourselves from the attributes of Mazmumah, and bless us with the attributes of Mahmudah. Allahumma ja'al jam'ana hadha jam'an marhuma wa tafarruqana min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma wa la taj'al fina wa la ma'ana shaqiyan wa la matruda wa la mahruma. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina 'adzaban nar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Thank you very much, Al-Fadil Ustad Zaharin bin Taha, for the Dua recital. Ladies and gentlemen, Institute Aminuddin Baki has assembled events and memorable time during the conference. Let us take you back to all the precious moments that we have engaged in throughout the conference with a montage presentation. And attention to all the presenters, the Best Presenter Award of ISALM, Institute Aminuddin Baki 2021, will be announced too. Let's enjoy the montage together. Congratulations to the winner. We would also like to extend our heartiest gratitude to the Telecommunication and Media Committee for preparing such an impactful and memorable montage for the consumption of all our honorable guests and participants. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are grateful and delighted that you were here, participating and sharing information as well as knowledge in the ISALM hosted by Institute Aminuddin Baki. 2 days back, all of you had the privilege to hear insightful speeches from our keynote and guest speakers. I'm sure you will agree with me that it has truly been an honor to meet and learn from so many bright minds here. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let us capture the 2-day conference summary, which will be presented by the Director of Institute Aminuddin Baki, Cawangan, Genting Highlands. Let us give a loud online applause to Mr. Zainuddin bin Muhammad Noor.
Thank you, Dr. Bridget. Yang berbahagia, Datin Sri Hajah Nurzamani binti Abdul Hamid, Director General of Education Malaysia. Yang berbahagia, Datuk Dr. Haji Tajuddin bin Muhammad Yunus, Director Institute Aminuddin Baki. Officers of the Ministry of Education Malaysia, paper presenters and participants. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh and good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, congrats to all for a job well done during the 2 days conference. It's my great pleasure that you had fruitful discussions, though I think 2 days is not enough. In this year's conference, the main theme was Resilient Leadership in New Normal of Education. I hope that every participant, through their presentation on resilient leadership in New Normal of Education, would create awareness in our education system. There are 6 sub-themes in our conference: Educational Leadership and Management, Instructional Leadership, Challenges and Transformations in Education, Communication and Engagement, New Learning and Teaching Models, Assessment and Measurement in Education, and Social Science Research. There were 4 keynote speakers, 4 best practices presentation, 2 from school and 2 from District of Education Office, 57 papers presented from 6 countries: Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, India, United Arab Emirates, and China. I have observed your excellent presentations and active discussions, so I can conclude that the purpose of the conference has been completely accomplished. Summary 1. All actions by the leader in facing multiple challenges and in managing change have been successful and cultivate change in education agendas. 2. An entrepreneurial leadership style will be a dominant in the future instructional leadership. 3. The increase of online parents' involvement has significantly reduced the cost. Next point is the main challenges of online learning are related to internet connection strength, distractions, time management, staying motivated, adapting to unfamiliar technology, and lack of social interaction. Point 5 is talking about effective leadership. Shows the emotionally intelligent school leaders via the ability to show empathy, be optimistic, build morale and motivate, that lead to healthy work environment in school. Not forgetting the importance of sustainable leadership practice would lead to teachers' work satisfaction. 7. The leaders should be aware of the teacher stress levels that would undermine teachers' performance during the pandemic. Next, the significance of principal instructional leadership and the importance of organizational support would positively affect teachers' self-efficacy. The last point is leaders need to be constantly prepared in facing challenges and changes to ensure the sustainability of education is achieved. I would like to pay my deep respect to all participants for your positive involvement in this conference. I hope what you have learned through the conference will assist you in your duties and lead to the stability of the resilient leaderships in the future. To conclude, there are 3 key findings. 1. Resilient leader should adapt styles constantly to meet teachers' needs. 2. The school leader should be hands-on and willing to learn alongside teachers. And the entrepreneurial leadership should be equipped with strategic, futuristic, and scenario thinking. Finally, I would like to express my appreciation to all participants for taking part in this conference. I would like to close my remarks and wishing the future prosperity of all participants and organizations and the stability of our beloved country. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Zainuddin bin Muhammad Noor, for the informative and intellectual discourse in the wrapping up session. To proceed, it is a pleasure to invite the Honorable Director of Institute Aminuddin Baki, Ministry of Education, to address the welcoming speech. Please welcome Yang Berbahagia Datuk Dr. Haji Tajuddin bin Muhammad Yunus.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are deeply honoured to have Yang Berbahagia Datin Sri Nur Zamani binti Abdul Hamid, Malaysian Education Director General, with us for having graced our proceedings in this conference despite her tight schedule. Indeed, the presence of Yang Berbahagia Datin Sri will be the catalyst for us to serve to uplift the educational system of the country. Selamat datang Yang Berbahagia Datin Sri Nur Zamani binti Abdul Hamid. I would to begin by thanking Mr. Zainuddin bin Haji Muhammad Noor for your stewardship of our conference and for the excellent summary you have just provided. This will help us to plan what we need to do next, both in the Institute Aminuddin Baki and in education context. At the opening session, I would say that I hope we would learn new ideas from each other, which we could adopt to further improve our work in the important area. I know that there have been many interesting and useful presentations in this conference session. I believe my good experience and lesson has been shared and learned. A lot of good work has been done in this conference, mainly in the area of education and presentation demonstrated by good practice activities and experience. The change in focus from just the high-level professionals to the broader workforce requirements, especially considering the need of the teachers, students and pupils, are welcome. The increased focus on school practices is also an appropriate development, especially considering public concerns about current situation. As a representative of IAB community, it is pleasing to have seen so many examples of guidance being implemented by educators across all of the elements of resilient leadership in new normal of education. It is even more pleasing to see how the keynote speakers to have adapted this guidance to meet their own national needs, including, for example, activities in workforce planning, curriculum developments, and the application of the effective approaches, to name just a few. I also note that you would like to have a follow-up conference in 2 years' time, and we will try to ensure that this happens. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Yayasan Guru Tun Hussein On, YGTHO, for jointly sponsoring our conference and our online exhibitor who added to the conference experience. Finally, I would like to express my gratitude to our own personnel for organizing this event and ensuring it ran so smoothly. Ladies and gentlemen, you have had 2 days conference, have participated actively, and I thank you once again for your participation. Let me thank again Yang Berbahagia Datin Sri Nur Zamani binti Abdul Hamid, Malaysian Education Director General, for having graced our event today. Stay safe and take care, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yang Berbahagia Datuk, for the welcoming speech. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, we would like to invite our Honourable Director General of the Ministry of Education to deliver and share her view on resilient leadership in the new normal of education. Let us welcome Yang Berbahagia Datin Sri Haja Nur Zamani binti Abdul Hamid, the Director General of Education, Malaysia.
Distinguished guests, honorable keynote speakers, all conference participants, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon. First of all, congratulations to Institute Aminuddin Baki, or IAB, for conducting another successful international conference on educational leadership and management. I wish to extend my deepest gratitude to all the esteemed keynote speakers, paper presenters, and conference participants for making the second International Conference on Educational Leadership and Management, second ISLAM 2021, a success. It takes a huge effort to bring in professionals, academicians, and practitioners from around the globe to share their knowledge, experiences, best practices in educational leadership and management. Hopefully, this platform would continue to open up more opportunities for participants to reflect upon and improve the different and current approaches in this field. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the theme of the conference is Resilient Leadership in the New Normal of Education. This theme is timely as it is in accord with the current situation we are facing globally. The objectives of the theme reflect the 21st century challenges and issues by focusing on the importance of resilient leadership in the new norm of education. The current education scenario is full of challenges that must be handled with effective strategies and methods to ensure its successful implementation. Therefore, I believe ISLAM 2021 is an excellent platform for discussions and knowledge sharing by the professionals to develop new ideas and practices in the best interest of our stakeholders. As the COVID-19 pandemic spreads rapidly across the globe, schools are mostly affected by it. Understandably, most school leaders were caught off guard as they have little training in dealing with crises of this proportion, nor have they dealt with a prolonged pandemic of this scale and scope. Uncertainty reigned everywhere. School boards and administrators hesitated about what to do. Thus, most schools struggled to react both quickly and adequately, and most importantly, safely. Today, COVID-19 continues to spread across the planet, with many countries, including Malaysia, facing their worst rates of infection and death to date. Leading through uncertainty can be daunting as there are no easy solutions and often no clear path to follow. In the COVID-19 pandemic case, the playing field is level where no country could claim to have the best ideas or solutions. However, uncertainty requires leaders to adapt quickly to a rapidly changing situations and to draw on different skills and types of leadership. Nevertheless, leaders should be prepared of what to come in the future. We should grab the chance to utilize what we have learned in the past few months to usher in a new and better environment. The skills learned should help the leaders to be better prepared for other future unforeseen circumstances, not necessarily only during a crisis. One good thing that came out from this pandemic is the progress and advancement of the usage of educational technology as seen in Malaysia. Our educators have embraced the usage of technology to deliver lessons in ways even most of them have never thought about possible before. This is considered as a boon to the Ministry of Education Malaysia as we usher in the move towards digital education. The key is to exercise resilient leadership which will elevate the ability to energize our teams by looking outward for present opportunities or creating opportunities as part of problem solving, making a successful future and championing the new normal. In the face of adversity, fortunately, many were able to quickly comprehend what the immediate challenges were and the forthcoming obstacles would be. The scale of COVID-19's disruption required swift thinking and it left little room for deliberation. There were significant changes, including working from home and dealing with rapidly changing stakeholders' demands. While the pandemic has significantly disrupted education provision and deepened inequalities, it has also provided opportunities for transforming pedagogy and the school ethos. As mentioned earlier, new ways of teaching and learning, new ways of communicating with students, and new roles to increase the overall level of care for students' well-being. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move into the recovery phase, resilient leaders would seize the opportunity to grow and change. Having built and integrated new attitudes, beliefs, agility, and structure into our organization system, we will not just recover lost ground but catapult forward quickly. Resilient leaders start by anticipating what success looks like at the end of the recovery phase, how our organization will thrive for the long term, then guide our teams to execute and outcome-based targets to achieve. Having the leadership team envision successful goals is emotionally enabling, freeing it from the constraints of the challenges. In determining what has worked and what has not, leaders decide what to discard, keep or further develop. These are keys in considering to support learning and growth following a crisis. Nevertheless, the period of transformation is also about retaining any successful new practice that emerged during the crisis to build the new normal. An important role for school leaders in this process is to gain agreement on what the new normal should look like, ensuring it centers on the needs of students. Taking the time to reflect and learn from a critical incident is, therefore, a valuable exercise. School leaders play a critical role in building a positive learning environment where the whole school community feels included, connected, safe, and respected. Communicating early and often during a crisis can help alleviate concern, provide opportunities for people to be heard, and mitigate the potential effects of isolation and distance. Hence, an effective communication channel need to be created and maintained. Adopting a resilient mindset is important to promote well-being during uncertainty. key predictors of well-being and resilience are centered around feeling connected, protected, and respected. This can be fostered by reaching out to people, asking if they are all right, providing safe spaces to discuss ideas and feelings, and acknowledging that people react and cope differently. Leading through uncertainty requires leadership that is flexible and can adapt to changing circumstances. It also requires collaboration, teamwork, and the mobilization of a diverse range of skills to collectively meet challenges. Extraordinary times present many challenges, but they also afford a juncture for learning and growth, thus creating opportunities for resilient leadership to shine in the new normal of education. Ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, again I would like to congratulate Institute Amiruddin Baqi for this successful conference this year. It is my aspiration that this conference will continue in the future. I think the success of the conference is proven through the active participation of various local and international speakers. For the keynote speakers, paper presenters, and participants, I sincerely hope that the second ISLAM has left a memorable impression in your memories of the past 2 days. IAB has been a wonderful organizer and host throughout the conference. Thus, I would like to thank IAB for the hospitality and strong technical support for ISLAM 2021. Thank you all and see you again in the next ISLAM. On that note, I now declare the second International Conference of Education Leadership and Management 2021 officially closed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yang Berbahagia Datin Sri, for such a meaningful speech. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you everyone. We appreciate all of you being here. Thanks again for joining and spending time with us, and this conference would not have been possible without all your support and participation. And here, I would also like to take this opportunity to express our heartiest gratitude to TM1 and Yayasan Guru Tun Husin On as our valuable and supportive sponsors. We hope that our collaboration will continue in other future programs. Till we meet again in 2023, have a wonderful day, keep safe and healthy, and all the best.